Tax season is slowly creeping up on us, but that doesn't mean you have to be stressed out. But you should be mindful of this year's deadline. Our Nixon Neumann joins us live to tell us more about this deadline and how you can make sure that you'll make it. Nixon.
Yes, Julia, tax season is right around the corner, like literally in a couple of weeks. The Internal Revenue Service, more commonly known as the IRS, has announced that the nation's tax season will start on Monday, January 24th, 2022, which is fairly normal. Now, what's not so normal, or well, at least compared to the last 2 years, is the deadline. Let's take a look.
This year, you must complete filing before or by April 18th. Now, historically, before the dawn of COVID, this was the standard. But ever since the virus came along and turned the world upside down, the IRS has pushed back this deadline. In 2020, the deadline was pushed back to July 15th. And last year, in 2021, it was May 17th. Although April is 4 months away, it's best to start thinking about filing your taxes now. We checked with the IRS and Alabama Department of Revenue for information you can use. So here are some tips to keep filing a little more stress-free. For starters, round up all your papers, all your receipts, documents, paperwork, bills, anything you may need to file, and put them together in a central location, like a binder or desk. So when it's time to sit down and file, you don't have to tear through the house looking for one piece of paper. Speaking of documentation and having it on hand, the IRS recently sent out special statements to the millions of Americans who got child tax credit checks, so they can get the other half of their checks this year. For a little bit of context, the child tax credit is normally calculated when you do your taxes, but to help families during the pandemic, Congress increased the credit and gave families the option of getting half the credit in advance. So alongside your W-2, you should also have the child tax statement handy so you can receive the rest of your check.
Lastly, set reminders. Again, April 18th will come around a lot quicker than you think. So set a notification on your phone, mark your calendar, whatever you have to do to make sure your file is done before the deadline. For more information about this year's tax season and filing tips, head on over to fox54.com. Live in the studio, I'm Nixon Norman, Fox 54 News.